Yo guys, what is up? C-Ray back with another video, and today I'm going to tell you guys about 5 benefits you can get from starting calisthenics. So the very first benefit of starting calisthenics is the lean muscle mass that you can gain from doing it. Because you guys are doing dynamic style training and you're focusing a lot more on full body control and movement, you're naturally gonna burn more calories and therefore you're gonna gain that lean muscle. You won't be too bulky with calisthenics because you really can't be to be able to do some of the movements in calisthenics. So that is number 1. You're gonna gain lean muscle mass, which is ultimately gonna look pretty cool, and that's why I recommend you should start it instead of lifting some weights or something similar. Okay, so number 2 of why you should start calisthenics now is you can do it right now. So you can do calisthenics anywhere that you guys please, anywhere that you guys want. So you can really go in your house and do a calisthenics workout anywhere. You can even use some equipment that you wouldn't really see normally as equipment, but you can even just use some chairs or something like that to be able to do dips on. Try and be creative with your workouts because that is what calisthenics is all about, especially when you're starting, trying to activate the muscles that you need to in order to progress by any means possible. And so utilizing things at home is going to get you a lot further than you even think is possible. One of the things that you can do to start off with, especially if you're trying to learn a handstand, is using a wall. Hopefully you guys have a wall wherever you are. If you don't, there's walls outside everywhere. So make sure you wear gloves, obviously, if you're outside, you don't want to mess up your hands. But you can do calisthenics anywhere, and that is the point that I'm trying to get across. You can do it anywhere. One of the places that I like to go to do calisthenics is at my local park. There's even, luckily, some equipment there that I can even utilize to pretty much make my calisthenics workouts even better. There's a pull-up bar, dip bars, and if you can find any calisthenics park near you guys, then I'd highly recommend going there to train, even if it's like 10 minutes away. Worst comes to worst, you guys can get like a quick bicycle ride over to your local park, even if it's like 30 minutes away. So look around on Google Maps, Apple Maps, wherever you guys want to look, and you can find a local calisthenics park near you, I'm sure of it. And also, it's great to do calisthenics at any time and have access to do it anywhere. I've previously done it when I've been traveling too. So when I've been to places like Thailand, when I've been to places like Iceland, completely different climates, I'm still able to do calisthenics wherever because I'm pretty much able to do calisthenics wherever I please. As long as I have a room and a little space, I can do calisthenics, and you can definitely do calisthenics and still progress. And it's also very true that you do not need any equipment to get started with calisthenics. So if people tell you you need equipment, they're quite frankly lying, but equipment would definitely help you guys to progress a lot faster. So if you're interested in getting any, check the link in my description. There's a Black Friday sale going on right now for Gore Nation. So if you're looking to get any equipment to level up your calisthenics game, then I'd highly recommend doing that. But if you're a beginner, you definitely do not need equipment to be able to progress. There are many exercises that you can do just from home using your body weight in order to excel in calisthenics and get to a higher level. Number 3 is that calisthenics is highly metabolic. So that means that you guys are gonna naturally lose a lot more fat by doing calisthenics. This is kind of similar to point 1, which I explained, but this one is a little bit different because not only are you guys gonna gain the lean muscle mass, but you're also gonna burn a lot of fat. Even when you guys are just resting and you're simply just chilling on a rest day, you guys are still gonna burn way more by doing calisthenics than you are lifting weights. You're moving your body around a lot more. There's a lot more physical activity involved in calisthenics, and so you guys are really gonna see the benefits in your overall fat loss. Number 4 is that your mobility and your basic bodily function day to day improves the more that you do calisthenics. So obviously, to do calisthenics and to be able to do the more advanced exercises, you have to work on that mobility anyway. So that means stretching before and after your workouts in order to be able to do the movements required to progress. That being said, after a few months of doing calisthenics, even sometimes a few weeks, you're really gonna start to feel your body loosen up, and you're gonna just feel way better in your posture as well by doing calisthenics for a prolonged period of time. So starting calisthenics is definitely really gonna get you some benefits in your overall mobility, your posture, and just your day-to-day life. So if you're considering doing a style of workout training that's gonna get the most benefits, especially if you have a poor posture and you work in an office job or something like that, it's definitely something you need to consider right now, and I would highly recommend starting it. And lastly, number 5, calisthenics is simply just more mentally stimulating, fun, and there's so many more dimensions to it than just weight training or lifting weights. For instance, you guys are gonna get the benefits of the mobility like we talked about. You're gonna burn more fat, but also you can learn skills that you didn't even think were possible. So the movements and skills I'm talking about are things like handstands, handstand push-ups, the planche when you get to a really high level, and also just more beginner skills like L-sits. You guys are really gonna be able to progress and shock yourself in calisthenics when you put your mind to it. Not only will you be able to shock yourself, but also people around you as well. People are gonna be asking, how did you do this skill? How did you achieve this certain movement? And honestly, a lot of it is just dedication and consistency. So as long as you're consistent, you're gonna go far in calisthenics. A lot of people struggle with the consistency aspect because it is a little bit harder than doing general weightlifting. You have to really put your mind to it and think about multiple things at the same time. So when I talk about multiple dimensions to it, I'm talking about you have to think about what you're doing when you perform skills and movements. But the more you do it, the more you're gonna get used to it and the more you're gonna enjoy the process because you're really gonna shock yourself with what you can do. Some honorable mentions of the benefits of calisthenics is the fact that you can have a pump cover on at all times. No one's gonna know how strong you are, how much muscle you have. Just like right now, I'm wearing a really baggy shirt. You wouldn't even be able to tell that I worked out. I don't think so anyway. So if you wanted to have that little bit of discreetness with working out, you definitely can get it with calisthenics. And when you go into the gym, you can shock anyone at any time. It all depends on you. It's kind of like a little superpower. So if you guys want to be more discreet about your workouts and your training, then calisthenics is the way forward. And talking about the gym and lifting weights, if you ever decided that you wanted to go towards lifting weights in the future, or even combine it and do hybrid training, you can do it whenever you want, because the truth is the strength that you gain from calisthenics is going to be unlike anything else you will ever do. Any training style that you try, it will not compare to calisthenics, and therefore you're going to gain a lot more strength in different areas than you would in weightlifting, but also gain the same in strength areas in weightlifting. And so you guys can literally transfer to weightlifting whenever you want. For instance, when I started calisthenics, my bench press was probably around 60 to 80 kilograms when I first started. And then when I started doing calisthenics, I quit doing weightlifting for a prolonged, long period of time. And then as soon as I got back into weightlifting, my bench went up by at least 30 to 40 kilograms. So that is another benefit that you guys can get from calisthenics. This has been more like 7 reasons of calisthenics, and that goes to show why calisthenics is, in my opinion, the best training style that you can do and why you guys should start it right now. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, and also do not forget to subscribe for more videos just like this. If you guys are interested in getting a training plan for yourself for calisthenics and you have no idea where to start, you want something that you can read through no matter what your level, if you're a beginner, intermediate or advanced, then I also have my own program you can get, the Calisthenics Dream Pack. Link is in the description. Hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.
That sounds so rude.
You can't laugh, solo.
I'm sorry.
It's gonna do it every time.